Hello, I'm Father Joe Mabala, and welcome to our Advent series. Today, we're going to discuss a reading from the third Sunday of Advent, Year A. The reading I have chosen is the second reading for Sunday from the letter of St. James. Be patient, my brothers, until the coming of the Lord. See how the farmer awaits the precious yield of the soil. He looks forward to it patiently while the soil receives the winter and spring rains. You too must be patient. Steady your hearts, because the coming of the Lord is at hand. Do not grumble against one another, my brothers, lest you be condemned. See, the judge stands at the gate. As your models in suffering hardships and in patience, brothers, take the prophets who spoke in the name of the Lord. The word of the Lord. Patience. Well, I think in my own life, I can think of times when I was very impatient. A number of things that make me very impatient is that when I'm driving somewhere, basically anywhere, and someone in front of me is going too slow, or you're at a light and it's turned green. Why aren't they making the turn? Unfortunately, I am prone to hit that horn on to let them know that it's time to move, instead of exercising the virtue of patience. But patience is important in our spiritual lives because God does not work in our time. God works in God's own time. So that we may think, look, I'm going to Mass on Sunday, I'm doing my prayers, but I don't see much changing right away. And that may be the case the way we look at things. But if you're taking that time out in prayer and you're receiving the sacraments, change is indeed happening. That's happening at God's time. When we look at the prophets, as James says, look at the prophets, look at the people from the Old Testament. Very few of them were young. Most of them had spent a lifetime prayer and fasting and being faithful to God until they were called to do something. Moses, for example, was 80 years old. Abraham was at least in his 70s. Noah was, over 100 years old. These people were called to do great things, but they spent a lifetime of prayer and being faithful to God before that actual calling came. But that patience was necessary because that time of formation is extremely necessary. Some of us are called late in life, some of us are called earlier. But patience is a virtue that reminds us that we need as much time as possible in prayer and in reception of the sacraments. So when that time comes when we're called to act, we will be the best prepared that we can be.